All right, guys, if you've done any sort of extreme diet, whether it's keto carnivore, low carb variations, vegetarian, and over time you found that you're moving away from that diet, you want to reintroduce carbohydrates. A lot of people struggle bringing carbohydrates back into their body. I get a lot of emails on this. So I want to start addressing how to make this process easier. These are things I wish I would have known. This is going to be the first in sort of this series. I'm going to do other videos because there are actually a number of reasons you may not be tolerating carbs. So first and foremost, kind of touched on it, there is not any one thing that is causing you to struggle with carbs. It's a multitude of factors. And again, we're going to talk about a lot of these. The first one, the one I stress the most, is if you've been on any sort of extreme diet for an extended period of time, you are likely show some type of insulin resistance. And that means you're going to have to reintroduce carbs very slowly because you no longer have the metabolic flexibility to metabolize carbohydrates. So by slowly, I mean you may only be able to bring in 10 to 20 grams of carbs per day per week. So if you're eating 50 grams of carbs a day now, you could maybe introduce and bring yourself up to 60 to 70 grams of carbs a day. Do that for a week, see how you feel, and adjust upward or downward based off how your body's responding. At the same time, you're likely going to need to decrease your fat intake if that's the macro that's the highest for you. So first of all is speed. The second of the second reason why people run into issues metabolizing carbs is because of a nutrient deficiency. And again, I'm just going to give you a few here that you want to think about. These are kind of big ones, but it can be across the board. Case in point is your B vitamins. I want to call out vitamin B1 here, or thiamine. Very important. For example, I did a video on thiamine, so make sure to go check that out if you want to go a little more into detail. But when you are metabolizing carbohydrates, your need for thiamine can go up by upwards of 50%. We often find people who are diabetic have too low of thiamine levels. This may require you to supplement with thiamine for a short period of time. Ideally, you want to get it from your diet. Again, in that video, I go over how to get more in your diet. I'll include a link in the description to a thiamine supplement I would recommend if you need to go that route. But for example, just one of the B vitamins, extremely important. They're all important. Vitamin K, also involved in glucose metabolism. Another one that people overlook is sunlight. While most of the work has been focused on sunlight's effects on fat cells and how they react, basically speaking, there is a protein on your fat cells. When it senses sunlight, that's a good thing. When it doesn't, it can kind of downregulate, affect that. So that's not necessarily carb metabolism, but there is more and more work going into looking at the effects of sunlight on helping you lose weight and your overall metabolism. Another one, magnesium. I've talked about this before, done other videos. It's heavily involved as a cofactor, which means it's helping your body do a whole bunch, 300 plus enzyme reactions. Magnesium is needed for all those reactions as a cofactor to make the reactions go through. One of those being how you metabolize glucose or how you metabolize carbohydrates. So again, just kind of in a quick review, if you've done keto, carnivore, extreme diet for a long time, you haven't been eating carbs, you're going to have to go slow. If you reintroduce carbs, and the wrong kinds of carbs, I'll talk about that in another video, but if you reintroduce them too fast, you're highly likely to gain weight. We want to avoid that. The other thing is you have to look at nutrient deficiencies. You won't really know until you get, I recommend people get an HTMA analysis. That's basically a hair tissue mineral analysis. And I'll include a link to a company I've used and that I recommend. But they'll take your tissue analysis, give you a report, and it will give you a good snapshot that, hey, you're low in B1, or hey, you're low in this, or you're good here. And it will help you kind of target the direction that you need to go. So remember, guys, go to my website. I talk about this stuff in a lot more depth. And there's also a free checklist for you there because a lot of people are looking for options outside of traditional medicine, drug, surgery, and so much of what's parroted out there as good information. And I think that checklist has been very well received. I think you'll get a lot of value from it. So make sure to go grab that. Let me know in the comments, guys, other topics you need me to cover. If this makes sense to you, any sort of feedback on this subject in the comments is appreciated by me and also other people that watch the video, read that. I'd love to hear your experience. So hope it was helpful, you guys. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.